Coverage this evening, President Biden has been cleared of charges in connection to him having classified documents at his home in Delaware. But the special counsel who wrote the report wrote that a jury would find it hard to convict him because Biden would present himself as a, quote, sympathetic, well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory. President Biden held a news conference last night insisting that his memory is fine and that there were some moments when he misspoke or appeared to forget what he was saying.
There's even reference that I don't remember when my son died. How in the hell dare he raise that? Frankly, when I was asked the question, I thought to myself, it wasn't any of their damn business. Let me tell you something. Some of you have commented, I wear since the day he died, every single day, the rosary he got from Our Lady of. Every Memorial Day we hold a service remembering him, attended by friends and family and the people who loved him.
Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump won the Nevada caucus last night. Also on Thursday, the U.S. Supreme Court heard arguments in the effort in Colorado to remove Trump from the ballot for his alleged involvement in an insurrection stemming from the Capitol riots on January 6th of 2020.
So joining us now with reaction is Democratic strategist Adolph Mongo. Thank you for being here with us, and Republican consultant here with us in studio, Jason Cabel. Gentlemen, glad to have both of you. Jason, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on this report and their findings?
Well, I mean, it's a little bit of a bombshell. It's a little more than I expected it would be. I mean, you knew that probably what they would settle on in terms of prosecuting or charging in this case turned out to be what it turned out to be. But in the description as to why, basically saying that he, is mildly feeble as the justification for not, I think is a bombshell. This isn't new material. I mean, this has been a constant criticism of the president and this administration. But I think the temperature's been turned up, and we're reaching a point where it's election year now, and the election is only 9 months away. So if they're going to remove him from the ballot, this adds to that drumbeat of maybe he's not the best Democratic candidate to take it to Donald Trump in November.
Another question that we have, do you think President Biden's memory is getting so bad, and I'll ask you, that it's reason enough for him not to run again?
Are you talking to me?
I am.
Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, you know what? I have a problem. Biden is kind of old, but Donald Trump is insane. He's old. He's insane. Most people don't want to see a repeat of a Trump Biden. But I liked the press conference yesterday. He was feisty. He fought back. You know what? So he's not getting out of the race. He's not going to drop out. The Democrats don't have a designated hitter to take his place, and the Republicans, they don't have anybody either. So here we are. We're going to have a repeat of 4 years ago.
Now, Adolph, it certainly looks like it's coming down to that, but there are a lot of people who are very concerned with the president and some of the things that they've seen leading up to this moment, and they're concerned whether or not he is fit for office because of his age. What do you make of some of those moments that we've seen so far?
Can I ask you this? Donald Trump, is he fit for office? We concerned about that too. Listen, I'm concerned about an 81-year-old person running for the next 4 years. But Donald Trump is 77. Listen, psychologically, Donald Trump is out of his mind. He says anything. He's a convicted rapist. He don't like women. Listen, we just looking at him being indicted in 4 or 5 states. Look, Donald Trump is not fit to be president. And you can talk about Joe Biden being too old to run. That is a criticism that you can throw out there. But listen, we got 2 candidates that got all kind of issues, and the average person don't want to see either one running again for president. So it's not just Joe Biden, it's Donald Trump too.
Jason, I saw you reacting there. I want to get your response to that. And also, that is something that people brought up. They're concerned about the former president, his rhetoric, and some of those things possibly coming into play in another match with those two.
Well, I mean, what Adolph's saying is not wrong, but I think when you peel all of that stuff back, and I think we've all gotten desensitized to Trump's behavior, to the lawfare that's been going on, right and left, all of the nonsense that we see happening in Washington, which has happened with the failure to impeach the Homeland Secretary, the failure to pass critical funding bills for Israel, which is usually something that we can pretty normally do. There's a lot of chaos, but when you peel all of that craziness back, for what people care about in their lives, the Trump years, whatever you think of Trump, seem to be a little bit better pre-COVID than the Biden years have been, whether it's record inflation, whether it's gas prices. You know, he got through historic tax reform. You look at around the globe, we weren't involved in any real foreign conflicts the way we are now. Now we find ourselves threatened in the Middle East and in Eastern Europe, and now we have, I think, heightened even the adversarial relationship that we have with China and the adversarial relationship we have with Russia. So if you're a voter and you peel back all the political theatrics that we all have to deal with, and you think about how is my life being affected by this administration, and I'm sure Adolph and I would disagree deeply on how some of those sentiments might come about. I think you look at the Trump years as being maybe better for me in my daily life.
And Jason,
but the Trump years is he's loved the dictators, North Korea. He loves Putin. He loves all these folks. He want to be a dictator. Man,
yeah, but that affection didn't translate into higher gas prices.
Trump was good in your world,
prices.
Jason. Trump was good in your world, but in my world, Trump was one flew over the cuckoo nest. And you know what? We got to put him out of his misery. Joe Biden, you might want to take the keys from the car on Joe Biden because he's 80 years old. But I wouldn't even get I wouldn't even go to Donald Trump's house because the guy has some real issues. You know that. The Republicans that I talk to, they say he's crazy.
All right, well, we have a lot more to unpack with this. This discussion can keep going. We have to take a quick break, but we will continue it.